1. Manchin roasts Democratic Party. Senator Joe Manchin, a moderate Democrat, has made headlines by criticizing his own party as toxic and stating that the country is not moving to the left. In several recent interviews, Manchin warned that the Democratic Party's direction is a losing strategy. This comes as he stands from the U.S. Senate, raising questions about the future of centrist politics in America. His remarks highlight internal divisions within the party and signal potential challenges for Democrats in upcoming elections. 2. Democratic Party facing internal challenges. And it seems Manchin isn't alone in his concerns. New research and recent voter feedback suggest a growing disconnect between the Democratic Party and a significant portion of the electorate. Some analysts argue the party needs a major shift to regain broader appeal. Articles are pointing to a need for the party to address issues like messaging and policy priorities to avoid further losses. The big question is, can the Democrats adapt in time? 3. John Fetterman says he's not rooting against Trump. In a surprising statement, Democratic Senator John Fetterman declared he's not rooting against former President Donald Trump. Fetterman emphasized that wanting Trump to fail equates to rooting against the nation. He urged fellow Democrats to tone down their rhetoric regarding a potential second Trump term. Fetterman's comments have sparked debate within the party, highlighting differing views on how to approach the possibility of a Trump return to the White House. 4. Lara Trump withdraws from Florida Senate race. In another twist, Lara Trump, daughter-in-law of former President Trump, has withdrawn her name from consideration for a Florida Senate seat. This decision follows speculation that she might replace outgoing Senator Marco Rubio. While the exact reasons remain unclear, it appears that political dynamics and strategic considerations played a role. This move leaves the race for the Florida Senate seat wide open. 5. Congress averts shutdown, boosts Social Security. In a rare moment of bipartisan agreement, Congress has successfully averted a government shutdown, securing funding for key programs and even boosting Social Security payments. They also approved disaster relief aid. However, analysts warn that this temporary fix leaves significant challenges for the next administration, and particularly for the Republicans, who will have to face tough decisions in 2025. While the immediate crisis is avoided, the long-term fiscal outlook remains uncertain. 6. Bipartisan bill aims to fix Social Security benefits. Speaking of Social Security, a new bipartisan measure has passed the Senate, aiming to eliminate what many see as unfair penalties for public sector retirees. This addresses the Windfall Elimination Provision, WEP, and the Government Pension Offset, GPO, that reduced benefits for certain workers. Advocates hail the bill as a victory for fairness, ensuring full benefits for those who paid into the system. The bill now heads to the desk of President Biden, where it is expected to be signed into law. 7. GOP urged to eliminate debt ceiling. In other political news, GOP lawmakers are being urged to eliminate the debt ceiling, which is described by some as the Democrats' last tool to obstruct Trump's America First agenda. Some argue that the debt ceiling has become a source of political stalemates and economic uncertainty. This debate is heating up as the possibility of a Trump return to the White House looms. It remains to be seen whether Republicans will heed this call and take action to remove the debt ceiling. 8. Trump pushes back on President Musk claims. Former President Trump has dismissed claims that he has ceded any presidential authority to tech mogul Elon Musk. These rumors have been circulating in some circles, fueled by Musk's growing influence in political discussions. Trump called the talk a hoax, while some Republicans have embraced Musk's role in Trump world, referring to him in jest as our prime minister. The relationship between Trump and Musk continues to be a topic of intense speculation. 9. Trump sets stage for presidency, renews anti-immigration stance. Donald Trump is already setting the stage for a potential return to the White House. In his first rally-style speech since the election, he outlined a timeline for his administration to be fully operational. He also reiterated his hardline stance on immigration at a right-wing convention. This comes as the U.S. averted a government shutdown, with Trump signaling his readiness to take the reins. 10. Trump threatens to take control of Panama Canal. In a series of bold statements, former President Trump has threatened to retake control of the Panama Canal. This has sparked a strong response from Panama's president, who called the remarks not negotiable. Trump has also mentioned taking over Greenland in his statements. These declarations have raised eyebrows internationally and highlight Trump's unconventional approach to foreign policy. 11. Trump vows to rename Denali as Mount McKinley. And in another controversial move, former President Trump has vowed to rename Denali, the tallest mountain in the United States, back to Mount McKinley. The mountain was officially renamed Denali in 2015 to honor its indigenous name. Trump's pledge is seen by some as a nod to former President William McKinley, known for his tariff policies. This has reignited a debate over the mountain's name, with strong opinions on both sides. 12. Supreme Court justices accused of violating federal laws. A recent report by Senate Democrats has accused Supreme Court justices of violating federal laws by not disclosing luxury trips. The report specifically focuses on Justice Clarence Thomas, alleging he failed to report multiple trips funded by a billionaire patron. This has intensified calls for ethics reform within the Supreme Court. The findings have sparked a debate about transparency and accountability at the highest levels of the judiciary. 13. Congress considers federal gambling crackdown. Amid growing concerns about the potential harms of gambling, Congress is considering a federal crackdown on the industry. This comes as the NCAA and NFLPA call for stricter regulations, particularly on prop bets in college sports. Lawmakers are weighing the social and economic impacts of legalized sports gambling. The debate centers on balancing individual freedoms with the need to protect vulnerable populations. 14. Nebraska governor hospitalized after horse incident. Nebraska Governor Jim Pillen has been hospitalized after being bucked off a horse. The incident occurred recently, requiring him to be transported for medical attention. Reports indicate he will spend the pre-Christmas period recovering. The governor's office has assured the public that he is in stable condition. 15. Wisconsin community mourns school shooting victim. A Wisconsin community is in mourning following a tragic school shooting. The victim's family has expressed a remarkable message of forgiveness, stating they hold no bitterness toward the shooter. Court documents reveal the accused teenager had a troubled family life. Reports also indicate the shooter was in contact with a California man who was allegedly planning a separate attack. This incident has reignited the national conversation about school safety and gun violence. 16. Texas mall reopens after car crash and shooting. A Texas mall has reopened after a shocking incident where a driver crashed a pickup truck through the building, followed by a police shooting that resulted in the driver's death. 5 people were injured in the crash. Police have identified the driver, and the investigation is ongoing. This incident has raised concerns about security measures in public spaces. 17. Man arrested for spraying bug killer on groceries. In a bizarre and disturbing incident, a man in Mesa, Arizona, was arrested for spraying bug killer on produce at a Walmart. He reportedly recorded the act and posted it on social media. The suspect, identified as Charles Smith, faces felony charges. This incident highlights the potential dangers of viral social media pranks. 18. Woman set on fire on NYC subway. Suspect arrested. A horrific attack on a New York City subway train has left a woman dead after she was set on fire. Police have arrested a suspect, identified as a Guatemalan migrant named Sebastian Zapita. The motive behind this brutal crime remains under investigation. This incident has shocked the city and raised concerns about safety on public transportation. 19. NYPD cracks down on overtime amid misconduct allegations. The New York Police Department is cracking down on officers who have earned excessive overtime, some exceeding $100,000. This comes amid a leadership shakeup following allegations of sexual misconduct against a top uniformed officer. Commissioner Edward Caban removed the head of the Internal Affairs Bureau amidst the ongoing probe. The department is facing scrutiny over its handling of internal misconduct and overtime practices. 20. NYC firefighter unions blast Congress over 9/11 health fund. New York City firefighter unions are outraged after Congress stripped funding for the 9/11 healthcare program from the federal budget. This leaves the program, which provides medical care to first responders with 9/11-related illnesses, in jeopardy. Union leaders are demanding that Congress fully fund the program, emphasizing the sacrifices made by those who worked during the recovery efforts. The decision has sparked a fierce debate about the nation's obligation to 9/11 heroes. 21. Death at correctional facility sparks state investigation. A death at a correctional facility in New York has prompted a state investigation. Governor Kathy Hochul has ordered the termination of 14 corrections officers involved in the incident. The officers have been identified, and the investigation is focusing on a deadly beating of an inmate. This case raises serious questions about the treatment of inmates and the accountability of correctional staff. 22. Congresswoman Kay Granger. Living in retirement facility. Retiring Representative Kay Granger is reportedly experiencing dementia issues and has been living in a memory care facility, according to her family. The Texas Republican has been absent from office for months, sparking renewed debate about the age of members of Congress. This situation raises questions about transparency and the ability of aging lawmakers to effectively serve their constituents. 23. Pacific Coast hit by massive waves. The Pacific Coast is experiencing a powerful winter swell, with massive waves and high surf alerts from Hawaii to California. Some areas have seen waves reaching up to 50 feet. Several beaches and parks have been closed due to the dangerous conditions. Surfers and spectators are flocking to the coast to witness this impressive display of nature's power. 24. Ski lift malfunction at Colorado resort. Over 170 skiers and snowboarders were rescued after a ski lift malfunctioned at a Colorado resort. The lift experienced a crack, requiring a large-scale evacuation effort. Fortunately, no serious injuries were reported. The incident highlights the importance of safety protocols at ski resorts. 25. U.S. accused of playing with fire over Taiwan arms sales. China has warned the United States that it is playing with fire by providing military aid to Taiwan. China considers Taiwan a red line issue and has criticized the recent sale of U.S. Abrams tanks to the island. This latest development further strains the already tense relationship between the two superpowers. The situation underscores the ongoing geopolitical rivalry in the region. 26. Utah family found dead in apparent murder-suicide. A Utah community is reeling after 5 family members were found dead in an apparent murder-suicide. A 17-year-old was also hospitalized with a gunshot wound. The victims have been identified, and the investigation is ongoing. Friends and neighbors describe the family as happy, leaving many searching for answers in this tragic case. 27. Mother jailed after son walks alone in Georgia. And finally, a mother in North Georgia was jailed after her son was found walking alone down the road. This incident has sparked a debate about parental responsibility and the appropriate response from law enforcement. 1. The fall of Assad in Syria. In a monumental turn of events, the Assad regime in Syria has fallen. Reports detail the final days of the regime, marked by deception, despair, and the eventual flight of Assad's inner circle. After years of bloody stalemate, Syrian rebels have finally toppled the government. This dramatic shift in power marks a major turning point for the war-torn nation. The world watches to see what the future holds for Syria. 2. Syria's new leadership takes shape. With the Assad regime gone, Syria's new rulers are quickly taking shape. The interim cabinet has named defense and foreign ministers, signaling a move towards establishing a new government. Notably, figures from the HTS, a former al-Qaeda affiliate, have been appointed to key positions. The former leader now holds power. The new leadership is seeking international recognition and has called for the lifting of global sanctions. 3. Syria's new leader pledges state control of all weapons. Syria's new leader, Ahmed al-Sharaa, has made a significant pledge. All weapons in the country will come under state control. This move is seen as an attempt to reassure the international community, particularly the United States, that he is not a jihadi. Some even wonder if he has become a more pragmatic politician. The announcement aims to bring stability and order after years of conflict. The effectiveness of this pledge remains to be seen. 4. Life under Syria's new rulers. Life in Syria is undergoing a transformation under the new leadership. While cafes are banned from playing music, basic services like water are reportedly functioning. Some local Syrians are celebrating the fall of the Assad regime. However, many are waiting to see how the new government will govern before returning to their homeland. The situation on the ground is complex, with a mix of hope and uncertainty. 5. Turkey's growing influence in the Middle East. As the balance of power shifts in the Middle East, Turkey's influence is on the rise. Some analysts are calling it Turkey's full moon moment. Following the recent changes in Syria, Turkish officials have met with Syria's new leader, emphasizing a reshaping of regional dynamics. With the fall of the Assad regime, Turkey is poised to play an even more significant role in the region. 6. Israel and Turkey shaping a new Syria. Israel and Turkey are reportedly playing a key role in shaping the new Syria from their borderlands. With the change in leadership in Damascus, both countries are actively involved in influencing the political landscape. This involvement could have significant implications for the future of Syria and the broader Middle East. The extent of their influence and their long-term goals remain a subject of much speculation. The economic impact of Middle East conflict. The ongoing conflict in the Middle East is not just a political and humanitarian crisis, it's also reshaping the region's economic order. Experts are analyzing the long-term economic consequences of the shifting power dynamics. The conflict's impact on trade, investment, and regional stability is profound. The future economic landscape of the Middle East is being redrawn by these events. 8. U.S. strikes Houthi targets in Yemen. The United States has conducted airstrikes against Houthi targets in Yemen, including missile storage and command facilities in the capital. These actions are part of the ongoing conflict in the region. The U.S. military also took down drones over the Red Sea. These strikes aim to weaken the Houthi rebels, who have been engaged in a protracted war with a Saudi-led coalition. Number 9. Houthi missile strikes. Tel Aviv. In a significant escalation, a Houthi missile struck Tel Aviv, injuring 16 people. This attack marks an increase in Houthi aggression and demonstrates their growing military capabilities. The strike has raised concerns in the Gulf powers and strengthened the Houthis' grip at home. The conflict between Israel and the Houthis is intensifying, with far-reaching implications for regional stability. Number 10. Friendly fire incident over Red Sea. In a concerning incident, a U.S. ship shot down a U.S. fighter jet in a case of apparent friendly fire over the Red Sea. The military is investigating the circumstances that led to this tragic error. Military analysts have broken down how such incidents can occur, highlighting the complexities of modern warfare. This event underscores the risks and challenges faced by military personnel operating in conflict zones. 11. Israel requests hostage release in Gaza deal. Israel and Hamas are reportedly close to a ceasefire deal, but negotiations have hit some sticking points. Israel is demanding the release of 34 hostages, including 11 young men, in the first phase of the agreement. Hamas, however, has reportedly agreed to release only 11 of these hostages in this stage. The negotiations are delicate, with both sides facing pressure to reach an agreement. 12. Israeli strikes in Gaza killed dozens. Israeli strikes across Gaza have resulted in the deaths of at least 20 people, including 5 children, according to recent reports. Palestinian officials report that Israeli forces have attacked hospitals, a school, and a designated safe zone, resulting in 50 casualties. These strikes have drawn international attention and condemnation. The ongoing violence highlights the devastating human cost of the conflict. 13. North Korean troops suffer losses in Russia. Reports indicate that North Korean troops deployed in Russia's Kursk region have suffered significant losses. Ukrainian artillery reportedly stopped a North Korean mass infantry charge near Cherkasko, killing or wounding around 200 soldiers. Former soldiers have warned not to underestimate North Korean troops, highlighting their resilience despite this setback. The involvement of North Korean forces in the conflict adds another layer of complexity to the situation. 14. Putin threatens more destruction. After Kazan drone strike. Following a major drone attack on Kazan, deep inside Russia, President Vladimir Putin has pledged more destruction for Ukraine. The strike, which occurred 1,000 kilometers from the Ukrainian front line, disrupted Russian airports. This marks a significant escalation in the conflict. The attack demonstrates Ukraine's growing military capabilities and its willingness to strike targets far beyond the front lines. 15. Trump says Putin wants to meet. Former U.S. President Donald Trump has claimed that Russian President Vladimir Putin wants to meet with him as soon as possible to discuss the war in Ukraine. Analysts are debating the implications of this potential meeting, which could have a major geopolitical impact. 16. Italy warns of far-reaching Russian security threat. Italy's prime minister has issued a warning, stating that the Russian security threat is far more far-reaching than we realize. EU leaders at a summit in Lapland are emphasizing increased defense spending, underscoring Europe's growing concerns. 17. Putin meets with Slovak PM. Russian President Vladimir Putin met with Slovak Prime Minister Robert Fico in Moscow to discuss an energy deal as a Ukraine gas contract nears its end. The meeting drew criticism from the Slovakian opposition, highlighting Europe's complex geopolitics. 18. Albania bans TikTok after teen's murder. Albania has banned TikTok for 1 year following a teenager's tragic murder. The government defends the decision as part of broader concerns about social media's influence on youth, sparking debates on online platform regulations. 19. Deadly stampedes at Nigerian charity events. At least 32 people died in stampedes during Christmas food distribution events in Okija, Nigeria. These tragedies spotlight the country's dire economic conditions and the urgent need for improved crowd management during charity efforts. 20. Cyclone Chito's death toll in Mozambique. Cyclone Chito has claimed at least 94 lives in Mozambique. The storm has raised questions about regional vulnerability to extreme weather events and dissatisfaction over aid distribution, including protests during President Macron's visit to Mayotte. 21. Plane crash in Brazil. Kills 10. A small plane crash in a Brazilian tourist town has killed all 10 on board, including the pilot and his family. The crash is under investigation, serving as a stark reminder of the risks associated with air travel. 22. Security concerns after German Christmas market attack. A deadly attack at a Christmas market in Magdeburg, Germany, has sparked security concerns. The suspect's troubling social media history has drawn criticism, including backlash against Elon Musk for controversial comments related to the incident. 23. Remembering the Boxing Day tsunami. As the 20th anniversary of the Boxing Day tsunami approaches, survivors reflect on the disaster that claimed over 230,000 lives across Asia. The anniversary serves as a reminder of nature's power and the importance of disaster preparedness. 24. Thousands protest in Serbia. Tens of thousands in Belgrade, Serbia, are protesting the populist leadership following a train station accident. Demonstrators demand change, reflecting widespread discontent with the government and highlighting Serbia's ongoing political tensions. 1. Blake Lively accuses director and co-star of harassment. Actress Blake Lively has accused the director and a co-star of the upcoming film It Ends With Us of sexual harassment and a subsequent smear campaign. The allegations have sent shockwaves through Hollywood. Legal experts are weighing in on the potential next steps in this developing case. The situation has also sparked comparisons to the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants cast, known for their strong bond and support for one another. Number 2. Tom Green announces engagement. 22 years after his divorce from Drew Barrymore, comedian Tom Green has announced his engagement. Green, known for his eccentric humor, shared the news recently, expressing his happiness. He declared himself the luckiest guy in the world. This marks a new chapter for the comedian. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 speeds past Mufasa at box office. In a pre-Christmas box office showdown, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 has raced ahead of Disney's Mufasa the Lion King prequel. Sonic led the limited releases, declaring victory over Mufasa in the box office sprint. While Mufasa performed well internationally, it lost its crown in the domestic market. The success of Sonic highlights the enduring appeal of video game adaptations. Number 4. Workaholics star Waymond Lee dies at 72. Actor Waymond Lee, best known for his role in the Comedy Central series Workaholics, has passed away at the age of 72 after a battle with ALS. Lee's comedic talent brought laughter to many. Tributes have poured in from fans and colleagues, remembering his contributions to the show. He leaves behind a legacy of laughter and memorable performances. 5. The best new TV shows of 2024. Critics are already hailing the best new TV shows of 2024 with a diverse range of genres and storylines capturing audiences. Several standout series have emerged as critical darlings. From gripping dramas to hilarious comedies, this year has delivered some must-watch television. Top critics from major publications have weighed in, highlighting the most fantastic shows and familiar faces. 47th Kennedy Center Honors. How to watch. The 47th Kennedy Center Honors, celebrating the contributions of artists to American culture, is set to air soon. This year's ceremony features a star-studded lineup of performers. The event pays tribute to icons like the Grateful Dead and Francis Ford Coppola. Viewers can find out how to watch this prestigious event. Number 7. Scarlett Johansson reacts to Colin Jost's explicit jokes on SNL. Scarlett Johansson had a visceral reaction to explicit jokes made by her husband, Colin Jost, during a recent episode of Saturday Night Live. The jokes, part of a joke swap segment, caught Johansson off guard as she watched from backstage. Her shocked reaction, exclaiming, "Oh my God," quickly went viral. The incident has sparked conversations about the boundaries of humor and the dynamics of their relationship. 8. Frankie Muniz alarms fans with cryptic post. Actor Frankie Muniz, known for his role in Malcolm in the Middle, has sparked concern among fans with a cryptic social media post about friendship. The post led to an outpouring of support and prayers for the actor. Muniz, who has also ventured into NASCAR racing, has been open about his past health struggles. Fans are hoping for the best for him. 9. Joe Alwyn discusses the brutalist ending. Actor Joe Alwyn has opened up about the ending of his new film, The Brutalist, and its Trump-esque themes of invincibility. Alwyn expressed his anger towards the themes portrayed in the film's conclusion. His comments shed light on the film's message and his personal connection to it. The film itself has garnered attention for its unique premise. 10. All In Comedy About Love opens on Broadway. The new Broadway play, All In Comedy About Love, featuring John Mulaney, Richard Kind, Fred Armisen, and Renee Elise Goldsberry, has officially opened. The play, written by Simon Rich, explores the complexities of love through comedic brilliance. Reviews are mixed, with some critics praising its humor while others find it slight. The star-studded cast has drawn significant attention to the production. 11. Landman. Episode 7 recap and Michelle Randolph interview. The latest episode of the TV series Landman has sparked conversation, particularly a scene featuring actress Michelle Randolph. Randolph has commented on the reactions to her character, stating that it's sparking conversation. In a recent interview, she teased more romance and discussed her character's journey. The show continues to generate buzz online. 12. Martin Short joins SNL Five-Timers Club. Actor Martin Short was inducted into the prestigious Saturday Night Live Five-Timers Club during a recent episode. The induction was marked by celebrity cameos, including Tom Hanks. However, some critics felt the celebration fell short of Short's comedic talent. The episode also featured Short rehearsing for SNL's upcoming 50th anniversary. 13. Denzel Washington becomes a minister. In a surprising career move, actor Denzel Washington has been baptized and has become a minister. Washington, who has previously spoken about the challenges of discussing religion in Hollywood, said it is not fashionable to do so. He reportedly received a prophecy about his ministry 50 years ago. This new path marks a significant shift for the acclaimed actor. 14. Fitness influencer Miguel Angel Aguilar dies after shooting. Popular fitness influencer Miguel Angel Aguilar has tragically passed away 3 months after being shot during a robbery in Los Angeles. Aguilar, who was also a gym owner, was known for his dedication to fitness and his positive influence on his followers. His death has deeply saddened the fitness community, leaving an enduring legacy. Tributes have poured in, remembering his impact. 15. Early look at Bob Dylan biopic, A Complete Unknown. Fans in Bob Dylan's hometown of Hibbing, Minnesota, were treated to an early look at the upcoming biopic, A Complete Unknown, starring Timothée Chalamet. The film explores Dylan's early life and rise to fame. The project has generated significant buzz, with some critics questioning the film's focus. A recent article from the New York Times delves into the enigma that is Bob Dylan. 16. SNL audience cheers for accused CEO killer Luigi Mangione. A recent Saturday Night Live cold open featured a segment about accused CEO killer Luigi Mangione, which sparked controversy when the audience cheered for him. The moment was called disgusting and shameful by some, including Piers Morgan. The incident has raised questions about the show's handling of sensitive topics. The host appeared stunned by the audience's reaction.